I've had some requests in the comments on various videos that I talk about ways that I'm earning some extra money for vacations. Because as somebody who's retired on a fixed income, this is a very important topic for me. And today I want to talk about one thing in particular. We'll sort of touch on how it works with other ways that I'm earning points or money or whatever for vacations. But today we're going to talk about Rackon. So Rackon is a website. It's a program that gives you either money back or American Express rewards points back. It doesn't always give you a discount. And by that, I mean that if something is retail, if you go to Amazon, or let's don't use Amazon as an example, but let's say you go to Belk and you find a shirt you want at Belk that's $24.99. If Belk is not running a sale on that shirt, Rackon probably won't be offering a sale on that shirt either. But what they might be doing is offering money back. So you pay for the $24.99 with your credit card that's attached to Rackon. You pay the credit card $24.99 to clear the bill. And in the Rackon account, you might get 2%, 3%, or 4%, even up to 10 or 15% back as cash. Now, the reason that's important is this. If I'm using, let's say I'm using my American Express and I'm getting 1 point per dollar that I spend in rewards points, or if I'm using my Chase credit card and I'm getting 1 point per dollar, that's 1%. So on the Rackon site, I can choose, I can buy something through the Rackon site, and I might get 2 or 3 or 5 or 10% or points. So where I might have gotten 1 point on my credit card, I could get 10 points in American Express points, regardless of the card I used to purchase. As long as it's connected to the Rackon site, I can transfer that money back into American Express points, or I can choose to get money back. And it will pay out anytime you get to $5 and a penny. It pays out 4 times a year. So as long as you've reached that in that quarter, you will get the money or you will get the points awarded to your credit card. So I'm going to pull up Rackon here. Okay, so I have Rackon pulled up. It is a website, and there are some things that you need to do in the site. There's also an app on my phone that I'll talk about, and there is an extension that we'll talk about as well. So in the Rackon site, you will see up here, I have points chosen. Now, I've already cleaned out all the money that I had collected. So I'm starting back at 0. I have 0 points. There are categories that I can choose from, okay, if I'm looking for something in particular. Or I can go down here. These are some of the sites that I've been to a lot. So anytime I go to Lowe's, I could get 2% back. So if I'm getting 1%, 1 point on my credit card, and I get 2 points from Lowe's, that's 3 points on a purchase. That's 3 times the amount of reward points that I would have gotten if I just spent the card. At Best Buy, there's up to 4% back, which means that different categories at Best Buy get different amounts of money back. For instance, I'm going to be buying a new iPhone. Apple products are not discounted at Best Buy. But Samsung, if you're on a Droid, Samsung and others are, and you can get money back on a phone purchase from Best Buy. And so then it will also tell you things like, here are sites that are now giving 10% back. So if I was buying something off of QVC, which I have never done, full disclosure, I could get 10% back or 10 points per dollar. It was 2 points. So they've increased their offer temporarily. This might be a good time to make that purchase. There are also other kinds of things available at these kinds of stores. So these are not stores that are near me as far as being able to walk into the store, but they are stores online that I can purchase from. And I would get 1 point on my card for using the card, and I could get 10 points for buying here, like here with Adidas. You can see, I think that's Adidas. Let's go here. I could get 10 points. So instead of 1 point, I now have 11 points. Now you'll see that, let me go back. Let me just go back. So if I want to click on Adidas, for instance, or since I've already been there, let's choose a different one. Let's go to Yeti. 4% back on Yeti products. Maybe I want to buy something while I'm going camping. Rackon will say it's activating this deal, so anything I buy on the site that fits that will get me that. Now you'll also see up here at the top, it tells me that the cashback has been activated. So I can go back and I can purchase whatever fits the 4% back, which I think on Yeti is everything. Don't hold me accountable for that. But I would get 1 point for using my card and 4 points for using Rackon. So now I've got 5 points. And when you're trying to get points to buy airline tickets or points to get hotel rooms, anytime you can multiply the points that you're getting back, it's a good thing. If I just wanted to use this to get some spending money and use this as my piggy bank, then instead of 4 points, it will give me 4 cents per dollar spent. So, if I spend $1, I get 4 cents. And if I spend $10, I get 40 cents. And if I spent $100, I get $4. And it holds it there until time for a payout. There are a lot of other ways to do this. Now, let me just talk to you about the app. There is an app. Let me close this out here. So if I am out and about, I can look up on my phone a particular store that I'm in. Is there something on Rackon for that store? There are times when the discount only applies online and doesn't apply in the store. So if I'm in the store and I find something that I want, I could, let me turn the volume off, I could figure out what I want, come on the Rackon app, order it, and if it's someplace like Belk, if I find a shirt that I like at Belk, but let's just say for the sake of argument, the discount doesn't cover in-store purchases, and I have to purchase it online, I can look it up on Rackon at the moment, make the purchase through the app, get the money back, and arrange to pick it up in the store. I mean, come on. How easy can this be? Now, you'll also notice down here at the bottom of the app, there is something called in-store. So if you connect to one of these stores, anytime you use a credit card that is connected to Rackon, and I have 5 or 6 of my cards connected, anytime I use one of those cards, it automatically gives me that money back. Now, I'm just going to show you right here, the Mean Mug Coffee House at Hamilton Place. All of the Mean Mug locations are included. So I have that checked. It's automatically going to give me money back. Now, let me tell you how I use this. On my American Express Gold card, I get 4 points for every restaurant or grocery store purchase that I make. And Mean Mug is considered a restaurant. So I'm getting 4 points. In the Upside app, it gives me 6% back if I upload the receipt to the Upside app. Mean Mug is one of the locations in that app as well. So now that's only in dollars. That's not in points. But let's just use one thing for everything. So I'm getting 4%. Let's use percent. I'm getting 4% from my gold card. I'm getting 6% from the Upside app. So now I'm at 10. And I'm getting 5% from the Rackon app. And I have not had to do anything except buy a cup of coffee. That's it. So all of these things sort of work in tandem. And you could see, a lot of these stores that I don't have added, they're either stores that I would not shop at or stores that are not near me. Now, Joseph A. Bank is near me. It's an upscale clothing store, and it rarely has anything that fits me. But if I want to add it, all I've got to do is click Add. And now, if I go into the Joseph A. Bank store and make a purchase on any of the credit cards, I'm going to get 2.5 points per dollar. So 1 point on my credit card, 2.5 points through the Rackon app. I've just earned 3.5 points for that purchase. And this is how you multiply the points easily. So those are just some ways, some easy ways that I'm making extra points back. Now, let me take you to one other thing, okay? I've made a screenshot here of the offers that are offered through my American Express Platinum card. Every month, I get a new batch of offers, a new batch of discounts. And one of them is Teleflora, okay? So Teleflora is going to give me extra money back if I use my American Express Platinum card by a certain date. And let me turn this back on. Well, let me just put the screenshot up. That's the easiest thing to do. You will see that Teleflora is also a company that is part of Rackon. So if I go to Rackon and I purchase flowers through Teleflora and I use my American Express Platinum card to make the purchase, I get the extra discount on my Platinum card and the points back through Rackon. Everything just adds up and adds up. So instead of just making 1 point per purchase on most things, I could be making 2 points or 3 points or 5 points or 10 points or even 15 points just by saying, hey, before I buy this, let me check Rackon, which is what I've started doing for pretty much every purchase. I purchase compression socks from Bombas. Bombas gives a pair of socks away for every pair of socks that you purchase. And they're usually going to homeless shelters, those kinds of things. I could just go to the Bombas website and make a purchase. But if I go to Rackon, Bombas is in Rackon, and I'm getting extra points because I actually activated it in Rackon. Now, let me show you how that happens if I'm not using the Rackon website. So let me go back in here and start recording again. And I'm just going to hook up bombas.com. And you'll see over here, I have an extension in the Chrome website that I'm using. There's an extension for Safari and others that will say, if I purchase right now, I can get 12% cash back, which I just did. I bought 2 pairs of socks the other day. So I don't actually have to go search it in the app if I have the extension on. I can just say, hey, activate that for me. And now I will get 1 point for any credit card that I use and 12 additional points because I'm purchasing through Rackon. So now I just got 13 points rather than 1. And I think you can see how this is a major player for people who are trying to earn either American Express reward points or extra money, because it's just, if you're just choosing cash, it's just going to save it in there until it's time to pay you a deal, and it will either mail you a check, which I never do, or it will deposit directly into your PayPal account, which I do. And so I just leave that in my PayPal account. And then if I'm going to purchase something and I need to pay for it with PayPal, I use that cash first, and that's just a discount on what I'm buying down the road. So you can see how all of these things sort of work together. And it's a great sort of starter pack. Any credit card you want to start with that earns you reward points. If it's not American Express, it will give you cash back. If it is American Express, if you get an American Express Gold card, which I would recommend more than the Platinum card to get started, because you're going to use it more on items that will give you extra points back, if that makes sense. Connect it to Rackon, and you will start to multiply the points that you're making to use for points. When you earn the points in a credit card, you can either go to the portal. Typically what I do is I go to the travel portal in the credit card, and I purchase my flight with points through the credit card travel portal. That's easier for me in a lot of respects than transferring the points to an airline, because it gives me the freedom to choose a different airline than the one I would normally use. There's a whole nother video out there on how to transfer points I won't go into, but because I'm using that, I'm trying to get as many points on that card as possible. The nice thing about American Express is I have the Platinum card and the Gold card, and those points all combine together to give me one set of points. I don't have to use one card or the other when I go in to purchase something. With my Chase cards, I have four Chase credit cards that all earn me points. But I have to transfer those points to one card in order to use them at one time. Another video. If you want to use Rackon, I do have a link below that will give me a little bit of money if you choose to use it and make a purchase. I'll put the details of that in the link. Hopefully, it's something that you will want to try or think about. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. This video has been all over the map. I do apologize for that. I'll try to edit it down where it makes sense. And we will see you again next time.